This is Sparta!
Hey guys, it's Gloria with Warrior Yoga. Thanks for watching today. We're going to go into intro to yoga prone poses. So if you're watching this and you haven't done the previous videos, I highly suggest you start from video 1 to sun salutations and work your way down. As you go through these videos, you will be learning all the base poses by position. So when you finish this Intro to Yoga series, you should be ready to move on to my beginner series. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. And make sure you keep your breath going, your Ujjayi breath that I've taught you in the previous videos. And also a lot of these poses that we're doing in the prone positions you've already learned in the sun salutation, but I'm going to try to go a little more in depth with them. So we're just going to come down into downward dog. So to get your downward dog right, we're going to let's first come into plank. So in plank pose, you're in the top of a push-up. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your feet, the ball of your feet is in line with your heels. Your shoulders are protracted, opening in the back. Your navel is pulled in towards your spine, and your pelvic floor is lifted. Your neck is long. So from here, and your feet are about hips distance. So from here, you're just going to shift your weight back, push down into your fingertips and your palms, claw the mat, and come into downward dog. So this, again, I'm going to suggest that you get a mat with alignment lines. It will really help you in your alignment and to get the proper stance. It will very much help with not getting injured and things like that. So sorry, getting tongue-tied again. So in down dog, your shoulders are open in the back. Your heels are pushing down towards the floor. Your quads are lifted up off your knees. Your stomach is pulled in. Pelvic floor is lifted. Your neck is heavy. So you should be able to just wiggle it back and forth. You're pushing into your fingertips. And a lot of times in down dog, I'll say bend one knee and really push into that left heel for a calf stretch. Now bend the left knee, push into the right heel. Now bend both knees. And then sometimes I'll say shift those feet over to the right and bend the knees for a side stretch. And then come back to the left, bend the knees for an opposite side stretch. So from here, I'm going to come down onto my forearms. I'm just going to rotate my elbows in, come down onto my forearms. And this is a dolphin pose. This is a good shoulder stretch, and a lot of times you need to shorten your stance a little bit for dolphin. You're pushing you're pretty much in the same position as down dog, except for your forearms are on the floor. Your head is heavy, pushing your heels down, and get a very good calf stretch here. So from here, we're going to step back and come into forearm plank. So this is a modification of plank. Another modification is to be on your knees, or you can be up here. So from plank pose, I'll show you side plank. So all you're going to do is shift your weight over to your right side and lift your arm up. You're lifting your hips up away from the floor. So this is side plank. You can also come onto your knee for a side plank, or even onto your forearm. Just depends on what you're ready for. A lot of people want to start here, and it's perfectly fine, and build your way up. So we'll just come back to plank and do it on the other side. Rotate over, open up to the side. Now come down onto the knee and lift that right leg up, and then even come down onto the forearm. So that's side plank. Now we'll come back to plank again, and I'll show you chaturanga from the modified position on the knees. So I'm on my knees. I'm just going to shift my weight forward, start to bend my elbows. When you do a chaturanga, it's a push-up, but it's a narrow armed push-up. So you're rotating your elbows towards the front. The opening of your elbows should be facing the front, and you squeeze your elbows in towards your body, and you don't come past a 90-degree angle. So from plank to chaturanga, and then mostly what we do in the sun salutation, from chaturanga, watch my feet. I'm going to flip my feet over and push up into up dog. In up dog, my legs are lifted up off the floor. My elbows have a slight bend. My chest is open. I'm pushing up out of my shoulders. My shoulders aren't scrunched down towards my ears. So this is upward facing dog. Now from upward facing dog, we'll just rotate down, release down, and have your hands directly under your shoulders. So from here, we're just gonna inhale and push up. You kind of wiggle your hips around to make sure your hips are flat, tops of your feet are flat, and you're really using your back muscles. Elbows pull in for low cobra. A lot of times we'll do rolling cobras where we'll come down, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Try not to push down into your hands either. This is a spine strengthener. And then a lot of times I'll say, move your hands back slightly. See if you can come just a little higher. Come down. Now move your hands back toward your ribs and push up. So this here would be high cobra. The difference in high cobra and up dog is in high cobra, your hips and legs are on the floor. Up dog, you're lifted. Now, if you are doing an up dog and you don't have the strength, you can do cobra as a modification. So from here, I'm going to lower back down on my belly. I'm going to bring my forearms under my shoulders, my elbows under my shoulders, and my hands, my elbows, and shoulders are all in one line. Push your hands into the floor and open up, lift up. You're still pushing your pelvis down, tops of the feet down, and this is Sphinx pose. So this is a very good spine strengthener too. And just breathe. Now I'm going to lower down and I'll show you locust pose. So locust pose is another spine strengthener that we do pretty often. There's several different ways to do locust, but one of my favorites is to zip the legs up together, really squeeze the feet together, the thighs together, tops of the feet towards the floor. Then you're going to extend the arms out in front of you. Put the hands together, and I like to hook the thumbs to get just a better grip because I don't have a lot of range of motion in my shoulders. So this just makes me a little more stable. Now, drop the head to where it's in line with the spine. Now, breathe in and lift everything off the floor. And hold. And a lot of times I'll say, open the arms up to goalposts and pull back. So this is a good upper back strengthener here. A lot of times I'll say open the legs up wide, come together, come wide, come together, come wide. All right, now lower back down. And from here we're going to do bow pose. So just bend your legs, bring your feet in towards your bum. Now you're going to reach your hands around and grab the outside of your feet. Some people teach to grab the inside. If that's more comfortable for you, then go right ahead and do that, but I prefer the outside. So from here, I'm just going to kick my feet towards the opposite wall and lift my chest. After you get as far as you can, kicking your feet out, you're going to lift your legs and your torso up off the floor and come high as you can into bow. Now lower back down. Put the hands back underneath the shoulders. Push back up into plank. Push back to downward dog. Now we're going to lift the right leg up. Bring it through. Step it between the hands. And come into Anjaneyasana or low lunge that we learned in Sun Salutation B. So from here, I'm just going to heel toe the foot out to the edge of the mat and move my foot out to about a 45-degree angle. Push my hips down towards the mat, and I'm going to push my knee open. So this is lizard pose. Come down onto the hands and just really push those hips down. So you can be in high lizard. You can come down onto the elbows for low lizard. If you're not flexible enough, just stay in high lizard. You can push up, put your weight into the left hand, pull your left foot in and grab your foot with your right. Just pull your foot in towards your hips and you can twist open for bound twisting lizard. Now we'll just do that on the other side to even it out. So step that right foot back. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Lower the hips down towards the mat. Now I'm just going to heel toe my foot out to the corner of the mat and move my foot out to a 45-degree angle. Then I'm going to open my hip up and come onto that knife edge of my foot. Come into high cobra. Now come down onto the elbows. I said cobra, I mean lizard. For low lizard. And then push up. Now put your weight into your right hand. Pull your right foot in. Reach around with your left arm and pull your foot in toward your hips. You can even twist open for bound twisting lizard. So release that back down. Now you can lay down onto your mat and come into your Shavasana for 3 to 5 minutes. Never skip your Shavasana. I hope you've enjoyed Intro to Yoga prone-based poses. Thank you. Namaste and stay strong, warriors.
This is Sparta!